about the work that I've been doing with Marion Medical Mission. Usually when I make this presentation, it's I talk about what Marion is, where, what kind of work they do, how they do it, how it's organized. I'm going to get to that, but I'd like to start and share a little bit of a personal perspective to start with, because like Jack was saying, it is truly about God finding you when you least expect it and putting you driving the truck in Malawi, which was a real surprise to me, let me tell you. I've got to say, on a personal note, this is really nice to be here with Jack. Jack was in high school with my oldest son, and to see Jack as a priest, my son a lawyer, I tell you. God works in mysterious ways. After I give a little bit about how I found myself in Malawi, I'm going to attempt to run two very short DVDs. The first one is simply set to music, and I think it is very compelling about the need and the work that's being done in Malawi. The second is a DVD that I had found that Marion put together that I think is a wonderful explanation of how the wells are actually produced soup to nuts. I guarantee you, I do not go and dig these wells. After that, I'll talk a little bit about my volunteer experience and share with you some of my personal pictures. And when you see those, I think you'll see how I find myself keep going back. So, this personal perspective is a little hard for me. I don't really enjoy talking about myself very much, and particularly about hard places. But I'll give it a whirl. About 8 years ago, a little over 8 years ago, my world got turned upside down. It fell apart. I was devastated. I felt very betrayed, not by just the usual suspects in such a situation, but also by God. And then, after a good long period of time and lots of hard work, I started to get my nose above water. It was and continues to be a period of tremendous growth for me, both personally and, very importantly, spiritually. The most intensive spiritual growth that I've encountered. I believe with all my heart what we hear over and over and over again, but testament to it right here, that when one door closes, God is right there offering to step through another door with you. So, one of those doors was that I started dating, which was a subject of an entire another talk, and not a good one. So anyway, there I was, dating. Great fun. On one such date, I found myself out with a guy who was in town trying to raise money for a group called Marion Medical Mission. He's a great guy. He had never actually been on this thing, but he was very taken, and since that time he has gone on and volunteered with the organization. Anyway, I got home, and I got on the internet, and I liked what I read about it, and applied to be a volunteer. You have to understand what an unlikely candidate I was. I'm a lawyer by training, and I stayed at home and raised my children. So I was a lawyer, I was a mother, and I was an artist, which was a real surprise turn in my life. And none of those really translated to me being a very effective missionary person in Africa. But I'd always been intrigued with Africa. And I thought, I'm going to apply. And then they had the nerve to accept me. And then they had a training session. And it was in July. It was a one-day training session. So I had accepted. But I went up to this training session in Illinois, armed with my checkbook, fully prepared to write them a big check if I didn't like what I saw, and I would just give them a check and say, good luck, you're a great organization, but I don't think so for me. And what I found was a room half the size of this in a church in a small rural town in Illinois, filled with probably 20 people. Half of them had been there before, and others were like me, they were newcomers. They were the nicest, finest people you could ever meet. They were not Bible thumpers, they were not scary, they were wonderful people. So, I listened to that little thing inside of me that kept trying to urge me. I had never done, I need to tell you this, I'd never done any kind of mission work at all in the United States, out of the United States, anywhere. This was all brand new to me. I got to Malawi the first time I did it. By the time you fly for 36 hours and you go to London, you go anyway, they sort of pick up volunteers along the way. By the time I got to this little tiny guest house that we're staying at in rural northern Malawi, after 36 hours, you pretty much have met, and I love meeting people, so you pretty much have met people, the other volunteers that you're working with. But I didn't know what I was going to be doing. I didn't really know anybody, and I walked outside, and the African sky is just as you might imagine, because there's no electricity, and so it is just like solid stars, most spectacular thing ever. And I looked up there, and to that point, I had not had very many, I wasn't very comfortable having conversations with God. But I remember looking up into that sky and saying, okay, God, I have absolutely no idea why you brought me here, but I am positive I'm in the right place. I felt so totally 100% at home and safe